Hi, Stacy here with Limelight AZ. So I wanted to show you the weird skin issues that I'm having because of a muscle loss. Sorry, again, my jaw is messed up and so I'm talking funny. This video may not be quite as sharp, I guess, as what I normally try to do because I'm having to look at the camera on the back of my phone instead of the front of my phone. So I don't have to try to piece this together in the editor. It'll just be faster, and I really am not feeling up to messing with the editor today. So I really want to get this in because I am starting to gain a little muscle, and I want to show you the effects of my body now prior to getting the muscle. Okay, first thing I'm going to show you is my hand. I don't know if you can see right between my thumb and my pointer finger. There's like this dip. That's a pretty significant dip in my skin. That's starting to fill out now, but that was muscle loss. It used to go straight across my hand. There was no like crevice there, and so that's one of the weird things that has happened to my body since being bedridden. The tops of my hands, they don't look too bad anymore. That's pretty much filled in, but for a while they were really starting to look kind of like what you'd see on a paraplegic. And by the way, in the videos it just doesn't do justice to try to explain how bad it is. It doesn't look as bad on the videos as it is in person. But you can kind of see where the definition is of the tendons or bones or whatever that is that's going up and down. Well, that's all kind of sunken in around that, which is not normal for my hands. Uh, as I've mentioned in the past, I've lost a lot of weight, and so part of it could be just fat loss, but stuff like this that make my hands look emaciated almost on the top is muscle loss. So this is my right leg. It really doesn't look like much in the video, but actually, and it's hard to tell, but the shadowing right here, this right here is where the left side of my leg is. The rest of that just goes back. Um, and it is very, very thin in comparison to what it used to be. It actually kind of slopes inward on both sides because of the muscle loss. And that's one of the body parts that I look at and I'm like, I don't recognize my body anymore. So, interesting. So here's one of the strangest parts that I'm dealing with. Look at the back of my leg. That's like underarm fat or skin from somebody who's lost a lot of weight. And me trying to tighten my muscles, it actually wrinkles because there's no muscle left in there. And it just sort of hangs, my skin. There's not a lot of muscle in there anymore. And my leg quivers when I try to tighten it. But yeah, it just sort of jiggles. So, again, a part of my body that I'm just like, what the heck, you know? I could probably show you with my toes if I flipped over, but it's just too much work for me today. One of the things that I deal with when trying to tighten the muscles on my feet or my hands, or especially when I'm trying to turn my hand at an angle that isn't easy, my hand starts to kind of do this type of thing like you'd see in a much older person who's weak. And my feet do the same thing when I try to curl my toes. They just kind of go like that. That was me doing it. That wasn't because of trying to deal with my... Actually, I might be able to get it. There we go, yeah. I didn't think I'd be able to get it at this angle, but You can kind of see how my feet are. They can't they can't tighten for very long. They start to quiver because there's just not enough muscle there. So this is the thing that I'm going to be working on now. Hang on. Sorry about weird videoing. So that's what I'm going to be working on now, is trying to gain some muscle. It seems to be working at this point. The bee venom has gotten far enough along that I seem to be able to gain some muscle and gain some strength. So that's what I'm going to continue working toward right now. Hopefully in the very near future we'll be able to get a TENS unit. We thought we were going to be able to get it last week, but it turned out not to happen. But now that Logan's working again and getting it paid well, it should be very near in our future. And if you don't know what a TENS unit is, it connects to your muscles and exercises them. Bruce Lee had broken his back and was not expected to walk again, and he used a TENS unit regularly and eventually was back to doing his stuff that he did before. In fact, I think I'm going to watch a story about him today. That's a good idea. Bruce Lee is one of my husband's favorite people to look up to that were in the public eye because he overcame so much. I should probably do that. That's the only reason I even know about the story, is because of my husband prior to the Lyme disease. So, very encouraging story about what happened to him. Anyway, so yeah, my body's got a lot of work ahead of itself. Even after the Lyme is gone, hopefully that's the plan anyway, then it's just going to be a lot of work. So I guess that's about it. I wanted to document this so I could be like, look where I am now in 6 months. So, just for the sake of explanation and not trying to remember later, I'm currently completely bedridden. I cannot get out of bed at all, without assistance, and that's just too much work for everybody. So, the best I do is sit up. The muscles in my torso seem to be okay. They, like my back, I use muscles in my back frequently to flip over and scoot over and stuff. And they seem unaffected. It's my limbs that seem to be affected. So the muscles in my back are not strongest that they've been, but are much stronger than the rest of my body. And I can sit up now for an hour or so without much trouble. But otherwise, I have not been out of my bed in 3 months. And I'm really looking forward to getting out of my bed. By the way, if you happen to see the link that I had shared a couple days ago that was supposed to be doing this with the muscles, or with the skin anyway, I messed up that video, and so I set it as private, and I plan on deleting it. Fortunately, I figured it out right away, and it was just a really messed up video. So, hopefully this one goes better. Anyways, have a good day. Bye.